Hello to all my people, and if you're watching live on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast provider, you are most definitely my people. Welcome to another episode of Botched Spots and Share Shots, and I am still your host, a chef by trade and a mark by choice. I am the Will Gray, and joining me tonight, the big three is in the house. First and foremost, he is the host of Botched Spots and Share Shots, Nerdy News, F420, NXT on Tap, Boyfriend Time, and the Wolfpack Podcast. It's everybody's favorite Ginger Ninja, Jax. Oh, Jax, how the hell are you on this fine Sunday?
I'm doing great. I had a great weekend. Just point blank doing great.
Mike's here, Doug's here, Al's here because she has to be. It's good to see you, Will, Jax, Al. Good evening, Mike. We love you, brother. It's good to see you. This morning, Mike and them did the offensive line for the NFL, giving a little bit of a preview of our own Rivet City Red Zone. Go watch those guys every Sunday morning. Setting atop both of us this evening, she is the Beyonce to my Hova, the Bonnie to my Clyde. She is the brains behind Rivet City Radio. It's the boss bitch, Al. Al, it's Sunday.
It is Sunday. You can read a calendar.
How is it? How is the Sunday?
Well, it's been real rainy, so my hair is like Sideshow Bob big, but
it's frizzy. I like it though. The curls are good.
So, traveled this weekend, so
that's always fun.
A little cranky, didn't get a nap.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Same. I'm tired, a little bit cranky. Before we went live, I told you both, like, this is one of those episodes where as long as we hit 60, I'm good. Low energy. We're going to chat about some Summerslam stuff, though. I'm really excited about that. I've seen mine and Bo's favorite Summerslam moments. And Al has a top 10 list for us, Bo. She's going to give us the top 10 SummerSlam moments of all time, and you and I are going to either agree or disagree with it. And my hair does that when I go out in the rain, just poofs out. I would love to see you with like a mullet, Mike. I think that would be the dopest shit ever.
We could call it Metal Mullet, Mike.
Got to see Silverback and Zarek Camacho in action Silverback and Zarek Camacho last night, and I got to catch up with Selfbet. I got through your message, Doug. That's awesome. Silverback and Camacho are both alumnus of the show, so that's cool. And Selfbet's been on probably a dozen episodes at this point. We're here, and it's the three of us. Just a nice little family. We're going to do our thing. So I'm curious. Last week was some fucking fireworks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into it this week, though, algorithmic gods. YouTube.com/Rivet City Radio. It is free to like, comment, subscribe. It does all the things in all the places. It's free. Do it. If you're not, do it. Thanks. Twitch.tv/Rivet City Radio. It is not free to subscribe. We'll get to that later, but you can follow for free and comment for free and click the bell for free and do all the things for free. So if you're doing it, we can't stream on X anymore because I've refused to pay Elon Musk $8 for anything. So you can't watch us on X. I apologize for that. No mas. And we're not currently ranked right now. We fell out of the top 200, but hey, we still love you and you still love us, and we're still glad we're here. We'll bounce back. This is going to be a good episode. But guys, what has you pissed off for greatness this week? What has you the most worked up? Good, bad, indifferent? Anything. I don't even care. It doesn't even have to be wrestling anymore. What has you pissed off for greatness?
Well, mine does with wrestling.
Well, that's good.
It's kind of, it'll get brought up twice. It'll get brought up once, and then it'll get brought up in another segment after this. Tony Khan, they have the residence in Texas. I understand that. And if you haven't watched, well, spoilers, I guess. The Von Erichs, the two boys, and the Natural Dustin Rhodes are your new Ring of Honor 6-man champions.
Fuck yes, they are.
Awesome.
They should be.
Very proud of it. Why did you put it on Death Before Dishonor? Why did you give the Von Erichs the stage and Dustin the stage of a pay-per-view? Why did you neglect them to the tape show the next night?
Because Tony Khan's a bitch.
Can I be honest with you? I'm going to be real mad if this is the last title reign he gives Dustin before he rides off into the sunset.
Like I'm glad that they split the trios and the 6-man up. They're totally different belts, by the way. I hated the fact that they called it the United Trios Championship. There was nothing trio about the fucking 6-man belts, because here's the difference in my book. This is my book. Trios are legitimate teams of 3.
House of Black.
House of Black. The Dark Order. 6-man tags can be 6 separate individuals at any fucking time vying for belts.
Correct.
They call them at one point the Unified Trios belts. Fuck you. They're wrong. But I would have to say I'm kind of pissed off and happy that they got neglected. They couldn't have got the Death Before Dishonor slot, yet you gave me Kyle O'Reilly. Like Kyle O'Reilly. No, I like Kyle O'Reilly. And the Stone Pitbull versus the United Kingdom. And I understand because, Roderick Strong was in the main event. Blah, blah, blah. Put fucking Wardlow there.
Good idea.
He's part of the fucking United Kingdom or the Undisputed Kingdom or whatever they call themselves. Where's Wardlow?
At home, getting paid $1 million to not wrestle every Wednesday and Saturday.
Dude, you could have gave Dustin and the Von Erichs in fucking Texas at all places. And I'm pissed off Tony Khan's thinking about running a show at the Sphere. But I digress.
Why would you be mad about that, though?
Why?
Yeah.
Because his production sucks now. Why would you want to go do it in one of the most technologically advanced arenas when you couldn't even make your fucking weekly show look good?
Can I completely steer this off the rails real quick?
Yeah.
There was a guy. I don't know if you guys know this about me, and it has to do with the Sphere, so bear with me a little bit. I follow a band, both literally and figuratively, called Fish. They're a hippie jam band with a PH. There has been somebody who got banned for life from the Sphere already. You want to know how he did it?
Smuggling weed.
The first show of Fish, he wanted to be the first person to take a bong grip on stage. So this motherfucker rushed the stage at the Sphere during a Fish show to take a bong grip so that way he could be the first person to take a bong grip on stage at the Sphere. Now he's banned for life, but you know what? The lore is huge because he did it. So stick with
that
your
guy
dreams.
Guinness.
Yeah. Fish. That's right, Mike. With PH. Broadcast, we want to say we love you, Tom. Thanks for stopping by, brother. It's good to see you. And Bo, I 1,000% agree. They need to be on Death Before Dishonor.
AJ, we're not going to speak at that show yet. We will talk about that Thursday. We know speaky.
The dance scene in Deadpool and Wolverine. This is the perfect time before I pass it up to Al for her Pissed Off for Greatness to let everybody know that Thursday's edition of Nerdy News will be completely Marvel-centric. Bo has already seen it. I'm going to see it on Tuesday, but we're going to be covering Deadpool and Wolverine and kind of discussing all the big Marvel news that has came out over the weekend. So we'll be covering all of that Thursday on Nerdy News.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely, sir.
Everyone, when y'all see it Tuesday, Thursday when we sit down, I mean, you have to guess my favorite character in the movie.
Okay. And then I want you to think, I don't want you to tell me yet, but I want you to think who mine will be. So on Thursday, we can guess who each other's favorite characters were and see if we were right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I already know yours.
I'm excited for that. Al?
You know, not everyone has the time to dedicate to watching wrestling that some of the rest of us have. Stop calling people casuals.
There it is, fireworks.
A fan is a fan is a fan. Whether you watch one show or 100 shows a week. Stop trying to gatekeep wrestling.
Thank you, Al. Because I'll be damned if someone's going to tell my nephew who only watches WWE he's not a fan of wrestling. I'll smack your fucking teeth out your mouth.
Boom. Preach. You got all of it. See, I'm giving you the fireworks. I've started calling myself on TikTok the king of the casuals because I'll fully admit it. I have no problem admitting it. I have a couple friends who run in that crowd. And I get why they're saying it, because what they're not necessarily what they're calling casuals are the WWE, like the E-drones, like the people who only watch WWE because it's the best in the world. And that's all I watch because I only watch the best. That's more so who he's making fun of than like the actual casual wrestling fans. When he's saying it, he's saying casuals ironically as a way to make fun of WWE E-drones.
Right, but there are other people that are using it as an insult, saying that like people who don't watch New Japan and don't watch all the things, like, you know, like I said a couple of weeks ago when I talked about this before, like just because like people don't know who God is and they didn't know who Jacob Fatu was, like doesn't make them any less of a fan than bro who lives in his whose mom's basement and only watches wrestling 24/7.
Hi, Shadow. We love you.
Yeah, I agree, Al. 100%. Like, my thing is, a lot of people won't watch fucking. I know the New Japan, some of the wrestlers over there, but I don't fucking watch a company that's over across the sea. I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I never watched MLW too, by the way. So if anyone's curious about that,
our buddy Matt Ritter, no free shout out, Smacking It Raw every Saturday night at 10 o'clock Central Time. Back sure you're snoring like a freight train, bro. He refers to New Japan Pro Wrestling as fan fiction. Like, to him, he's like, it's not even real. It's fan fiction. Like, that's how he talks about it. And he makes up all these ridiculous names. Like the G1 Climax is the biggest orgasm in Japan every summer. And like ciabatta bread and he just has fun with it. What is New Japan? What happened to old Japan? The U.S. got rid of old Japan around 1945. Bazinga. The snoring dog just farted too. It does, dude. It stank. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, don't use casual as an insult. It's okay if you only watch one promotion, but don't be a dick about watching that one promotion because you're like, WWE is the only wrestler. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, like you people don't like being called marks, so don't fucking call people casual.
And again, the irony is, I say it every episode of Chef by Trade and Mark by Choice. And then I said on TikTok, I've started calling myself the king of the casuals. Like, I don't care. I watch good wrestling and I say it. I talk shit about good wrestling and I talk shit about bad wrestling. I just talk shit. That's what I do. Everyone uses casual just like the term mark. Amen, AJ. Amen. See, everybody's on board with you. Home run. I think I'm not casual anymore. I'm just when I feel like it.
You also have 100 kids that play 100 different sports.
For real, dude. Like, I don't even know
I
don't even know what summertime Quidditch is.
Is that like saying someone who's only seen the first Avengers movie is a casual comic book movie fan?
I think a better way to look at it would be somebody who's only watched the Avengers movies but claimed to be a comic book fan. That would be a casual comic book fan. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
So someone who's watched the Avengers saga but not watched Blue Beetle or
exactly. Okay. Somebody who only watches, just specifically X-Men or only Captain America movies. That's a casual fan. A casual wrestling fan is somebody who only watches WWE or only watches New Japan or only watches AEW. I'm a casual comic fan. I only watch the Marvel movies.
I've only seen Iron Man. I've seen all 3 Iron Man movies, and I've seen all the Deadpool movies.
And you've seen Black Panther 2 because
the second Black Panther and Ant-Man. That's it. That's all I've seen. I haven't seen any of the Avengers, none of the Captain Americas, none of the things.
When we get around to doing the next subathon, what we're going to do is have you watch all 4 Avengers movies in chronological order. Have you watch Avengers, then Age of Ultron, then Infinity War, then Endgame.
Give me
Oh, DC, Superman. I saw it as soon as she said, hand it to me. Oh, I see it, Bo. I see it. I get it. I agree with Mike. I like the movies, but don't read the comics. I grew up reading the comics, then got really into the movies. So it's particular from series to series for me. My pissed off for greatness, ladies and gents, he, she's, them, and theys, for everybody in the chat, is I am pissed off, super pissed off. Self-bet in the house. Get well soon, brother.
Bro.
We love you. We love you. Get your podcast also in the chat. We love you. I was hyping you up earlier, Just.
Self-bet's getting his booty looked at tomorrow, right in the boop shooper.
Getting the old poop sheet tested out. That's the weirdest way to fix somebody's ankle I've ever heard of.
Apparently he gets into a car accident and now he's got to have his pooper looked at. It's
Look,
weird.
look, I will wreck a car if that's what it takes. Or some. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah,
No.
sorry.
Love you, John. Get better. We're
I'm
just
never
teasing
driving
you.
again, by the way.
Yo, we love you, Jess. My pissed off for greatness is I'm really tired of WWE not letting house shows be canon. One of the things in news and rumors, Al's going to bring it up. They were in Japan last week putting out fucking bangers, cross promotion work, AJ and Shin and Cody, like all these banger fucking matches. And it's just out there in oblivion for us to never see because house shows aren't canon. So because they're not canon to the TV program, what's happening is they're happening, but they're not happening. You know what I mean? Like, it frustrates me. They do it with Madison Square Garden shows too. Like, you remember 2 years ago when Brock showed up at the MSG show? Like, this is what I'm talking about. They give, and I get it, give the fans in the house shows big moments so that you want to keep coming back. That's the draw. That's the art of it. But they need to give us a chance. Yeah, exactly, Just. WWE going to Japan should have been covered. It's a big enough deal. There's a reason why they haven't been to Japan in 35 years. You know what I mean? Like, this was a big deal. This was one of their biggest tours in East Asia that they've done in years. And we don't get to see it. And that pisses me off. Why are we not getting to see some of the best matches with some of the best workers, some of the best cross-promotion work WWE's ever done? They're dropping off some of the dudes from NXT down there to do the N1 Victory Tournament, which is Pro Wrestling Noah's version of the G1 Climax. Like, why are we not getting to see any of this? That's what has me pissed off for greatness. Make house shows matter again.
Agreed, but they fucked it. Sean and Daddy H fucked up the N1. They should have sent, oh, damn it, I just had his name on my mind. Eddie Thorpe to N1. He's a former New Japan talent. He has a small fan base over there. The Japanese crowd knows Eddie Thorpe.
What is Fred something or what was Fred one another before he got to AEW? I'll look it up. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but Eddie Thorpe should have been a slot plug hole fucking fit to go to N1 and compete. He knows the Japanese style. He's very well based in the culture. He was over there for so long. And then I understand you're sending 2 newer guys to let them get the experience. But if you look at it as you want to bring home the N1 trophy, send someone over there that knows the style. That's like sending a fucking flag football team to the Super Bowl. It makes no sense.
Flag football team. That's fine.
He was in New Japan from 2015 to 2022. He was Carl Fredericks. While he was there, he won the Young Lion Cup, which gave him a shot at the IWGP United States title. He also competed in the inaugural New Japan Cup, the USA tournament, and the winner of that one also was supposed to get a shot. And he lost to Kenta in the first round there. Like, he's got, like...
You don't see the exposure it could help bring back to NXT going, oh, shit, that's where he's at now. Because I can guarantee you, if you think casual fans, I can guarantee you there's a lot of people over in Japan that ain't watching fucking shit over here in the States.
Yes, you did. Also, wrestlers doing Bloodsport, both the Creed brothers, Shayna Baszler and Willy Wonka, are all at Bloodsport tonight. They just started at 7 o'clock. So when you're done watching us, you can go over to the main event and watch some Bloodsport. If I send a video, will you guys quickly play it? You have to tell me what it is first, Shadow. You know that's not how I work over here. Where are you sending said video? Like, what are you doing? The shirt I made happy.
Yes. But he made her a Yeet shirt.
Yeah, that's super dope. I like that. All right. Pissed Off for Greatness is done. Make house shows matter again.
I did. This isn't really a piss off for greatness, but I've talked about it a little bit. But I've started watching WCW from Nitro when Nitro started. We just watched. Well, we've got to finish it. World War III. I will say, the more I watch WCW, the more I'm like, this is AEW. Like 100%.
That made me laugh when you said that.
I'm so glad Al's watching WCW and now gets all the AEW, WCW references.
I'm like,
wait till she makes it a Thunder.
She looked at me this morning. She was like, we were talking about it. And every time Kevin Sullivan comes on screen, she goes, "You're a murderer.
Murder.
Yeah.
You're a murderer."
When you make it to Thunder, let me know. Because I want to get your takes on the first episode ever of Thunder.
I told her, I said, you're getting to the good stuff now. I was like, Starrcade 95 is the Japan WCW crossover event where like Masahiro Chono and shit's wrestling in WCW. So I think that's awesome. And then once you get to the spring, you think about the fact in April of 1996 is when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash show up. So she's like 4 months away from the NWO forming for the, like, this will be her first. She's seen Bash 96 when Hogan drops the leg on Savage, right? She's seen the heel turn, but she's never seen the story leading up to it. So that's what I'm excited for. This will be the first time she's seen Nitro, Scott Hall. You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Man, the big guy, and I'm Mr. Guy. Going to
Also, I feel like if rhythmic gymnastics can be a sport in the Olympics, so can pro wrestling. Because it's like sports art.
But you know,
And
pro
so
wrestling
it's
is predetermined, though.
Right, but they would be graded on like
their performance, like how they look in the ring.
Yeah.
God, that would be dope.
Speaking of the Olympics, my mom watched her first ever water polo.
Dude, you know who's sponsoring the women's Olympic water polo team?
Flavor Flav.
Fuck yeah, he is.
But
look at this.
She
This
watched
the
first water polo, her first water polo event, and she goes, "Those guys are fucking mean." I'm number 2, baby. I'm number 2.
Yeah, our Olympic panel. Did you watch the opening ceremonies, Bo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
With respect to everyone, that's all I like to say about that.
Fair. No, absolutely. People have been 50-50. That's why I asked. Did you see Gojira?
Dude,
that I was okay with. I was okay with Gojira.
Gojira was fucking awesome.
There was a couple things that I just did not.
Different conversation for a different day. Yeah. Understood.
I only watched it for the Gojira thing because like we obviously watched it late, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Yeah, I had already seen. I watched the highlights and watched almost all of it live that morning when it was first happening. And I didn't see Gojira the first time, and then I went back and watched it because when they got to, what is it? The
Bastille.
Yeah, when they got to the Bastille on the River Seine, and I was like, "Oh God!" And the fire and Marie Antoinette holding her severed head and shit, and I was like, "This is dope."
The lady singing at the beginning was a world famous opera singer from France.
Mm-hmm. She was so good. So good.
Shit's truth.
And I didn't realize that Gojira, people have like, this may be just because of the flashbang and the recency bias because of them being there, but they were like, Gojira is like Beatles big in France, and I had no idea.
Europeans love their metal, man.
Yeah.
They're
Like
huge
they're
over there.
huge in France, and because I've heard them because I'm a metal fan, but like they were never like, I was a Slipknot kind of metal, not Gojira style.
No. Like
You know what I mean?
Rammstein is like God in Europe.
Yeah. Oh, I do like me some Rammstein now.
You got it. Say it correct.
There's also, do you know, speaking of Rammstein in Olympics, the singer of Rammstein is a former Olympic gymnast.
That's so cool.
That's how he got his start. He's an Olympic gymnast.
That's hilarious. One of my favorite scenes in How High is when he puts the speaker next to his head and he's smoking the blunt. That's it.